Okay, seventh grade, we're in week 14. We're talking about plate tectonics, and as promised, we're going to talk about divergent plate boundaries again. This time, all of them, not just the ones under the ocean. We should be able to explain divergent plate boundaries by the end of this lesson. And we're going to start off with North America. Many locations in Western North America are being rifted apart. I bet you didn't know that. One such location is the Rio Grande Rift in Texas. At this location, hot mantle rises up between the crust to cause the divergence. So right here in the great US of A, in Texas, no less. Western North America. Western North America has all three of the different types of plate boundaries and the features that are seen at them. At divergent plate boundaries, a divergent plate boundary runs through the Gulf of California in Mexico. The divergence is pulling Baja California and mainland Mexico apart. Just north of there, around the US-Mexican border in California, there is a transform boundary. Plates on both sides of the plate boundary are sliding past each other. Then, still further north in the Pacific Northwest is a subduction zone. Just offshore is part of a convergent plate boundary. So in this picture, there, if you can see it, there's a red bar where the seafloor spreading is taking place. Along black line is a transform fault, like the San Andreas Fault. And a black line with hatch marks is a trench where subduction is taking place, like off the coast of Washington and Oregon with the Juan de Fuca plate. Notice how one type of plate boundary transitions into another. A divergent plate boundary on land rips apart continents. When plate divergence occurs on land, the continent crust rifts or splits. This effectively creates a new ocean basin as the pieces of the continent move apart. In continental rifting, magma rises beneath the continent, causing it to become thinner, break, and ultimately split. New ocean crust erupts in the void, ultimately creating an ocean between continents. Either side of the ocean are now two different lithospheric plates. This is how continents split apart. These features are well displayed in the East African Rift, where rifting has begun, and in the Red Sea, where water is filling up the basin created by seafloor spreading. The Atlantic Ocean is the final stage, where rifting is now spreading two plates of oceanic crust. This is Baja California. Baja is a state in Mexico, just south of California. Baja California is a long, skinny landmass and situated on the left side of this picture. The larger landmass is Mexico. You can see that the Pacific Ocean is growing in between Baja California and mainland Mexico. This body of water is called the Gulf of California, or more romantically, the Sea of Cortez. Baja is on the Pacific plate, and the rest of Mexico is on the North American plate. Extension is causing the two plates to move apart and will eventually break Baja and the westernmost part of California off of North America. The Gulf of California will expand into a larger sea, and I hope they stay with the name the Sea of Cortez. Rifting has caused volcanic activity on the Baja California Peninsula, as seen in this picture. Can you relate what is happening on this plate boundary to what happened when Pangea broke apart? Do you see any similarities? In summary, where continental rifting takes place, continents are split apart and an ocean may grow or be created between the two new plates. Baja California is rifting apart from mainland Mexico. Continental rifting can create major ocean basins like the Atlantic. If you are comfortable with your understanding of plate divergence and plate or divergent plate boundaries, then you may move on to the next activities. If you feel that you need a little more practice, please go back to the previous videos. It has been a pleasure to have you here, and I am excited to have been talking with you this week about plate tectonics. Have a great week, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again later. Bye, guys.